1980, average corn price, $3.14 per bushel. 2026, average corn price, $4.20 per bushel. 46 years, 33% price increase on the crop. Now look at the other side of the ledger. 1980, average new tractor price, $30,000. 2026, average new tractor price, $450,000. 46 years, 1,500% price increase on the equipment. The crop went up 33%. The equipment went up 1,500%. And somehow the farmer is supposed to make that math work. He is not making it work. That is the whole story. And the people selling him the equipment know exactly what they built. This is Farm Gear Pro. Today we are going through exactly why American farmers are spending more and making less in 2026. The real numbers, the real causes, and 5 specific things operators can do right now to stop the bleeding. Stay with this, because the 5th thing on that list is the one the equipment industry spends serious money making sure you never figure out. Start with the input cost reality, because this is where the squeeze actually begins. Fertilizer, seed, chemical, fuel, parts, labor. Every single input category that American row crop farmers depend on has increased faster than commodity prices across the last decade. Not slightly faster, dramatically faster. Anhydrous ammonia in 2022 hit $1,400 per ton during peak supply disruption. 2026 pricing is running between $550 and $700 per ton, depending on region and timing, down from the peak. Still double what it was in 2019. Corn seed pricing from major suppliers in 2026, $280 to $360 per unit depending on trait package. 2015 corn seed, $180 to $240 per unit. Same seed, different decade, 60 to 70% more expensive. Glyphosate, the herbicide that American row crop production runs on. 2022 peak pricing, $42 per gallon for commercial grade. 2026 pricing, $12 to $16 per gallon. Down from the crisis peak. Still 3 to 4 times what it cost in 2015. The farmer did not build those price structures. He just lives inside them. Every input season, every year. While the crop price sits at $4.20 per bushel and the input bill keeps climbing. Now the equipment cost reality, because this is where the squeeze becomes something different, something more deliberate. A new John Deere 8 R410 in 2026 costs north of $450,000. The same horsepower class John Deere in 2010 cost approximately $160,000. 16 years, 180% price increase on the machine. Corn prices across the same 16 years. 2010 average, $3.68 per bushel. 2026 average, $4.20 per bushel. 14% increase on the crop, 180% increase on the equipment. That gap is not inflation. Inflation does not explain a 14% commodity price increase against a 180% equipment price increase across the same period. That gap is a choice. Made in Moline, documented in annual reports, defended in earnings calls. John Deere, net income in fiscal 2023, $10.166 billion, record profit. Best year in 187-year company history. Corn price in 2023 averaged $4.86 per bushel. The company that sells to farmers had its best year ever. The farmers who buy from that company were watching their margins compress. Those two facts belong in the same sentence every time this conversation happens. Now the repair cost reality, because this is the hidden tax that nobody puts on the annual farm budget until it arrives. John Deere dealer labor rates in 2026, $150 to $185 per hour across most Midwest markets. Independent shop labor rates, $60 to $90 per hour. The difference between those two numbers is not skill. It is access. Access to a licensed laptop that only one company in the world provides. On their schedule. At their price. The Federal Trade Commission filed a formal antitrust lawsuit against John Deere in January 2025 over this exact structure. Section 2 of the Sherman Act. Federal judge refused to dismiss it in June 2025. $99 million class action settlement in April 2026. $99 million to settle a lawsuit about a farmer's right to fix his own tractor. The US PERG estimate puts repair restriction costs across all equipment manufacturers at $4.2 billion per year for American farmers. $4.2 billion annually. Extracted from farm operations across the country through diagnostic lockouts and dealer-only repair authorization. That is not a market outcome. That is a designed outcome. Built into the software architecture of machines, farmers were sold without being told what they were actually buying. Now the land cost reality, because the equipment cost and the input cost are only two sides of this. Average farmland price per acre in the United States in 2010, $2,900. Average farmland price per acre in 2026, $12,000 to $14,000, depending on region. 4 to 5 times more expensive in 16 years. Cash rent in the Corn Belt in 2026, running $250 to $350 per acre in competitive markets. The farmer who does not own his ground is paying $300 per acre in cash rent, $4.20 per bushel for his corn, and $450,000 for the machine that brings it in. That is not a business. That is a treadmill. And the people who set the land prices, the equipment prices, and the input prices are not the ones running the treadmill. Before we go further, if this is giving you the real picture nobody else is putting together clearly, hit subscribe right now. No sponsorships, no manufacturer money. No input supplier buying ad space, just the numbers. Back to it. Now the debt reality, because this is what happens when the squeeze goes on long enough. Total farm debt in the United States in 2026. Approximately $540 billion according to USDA Economic Research Service projections. $540 billion. Carried by American farm operations across every commodity category. Farm debt-to-asset ratio trending upward in 2025 and 2026 after a period of relative stability, when debt service obligations increase as a share of farm income, when more of every bushel goes to the bank before it goes to the operation. The margin for error on every decision shrinks. A bad input season. A deaf system failure during harvest. A software fault that costs 4 days of dealer wait time during a planting window. Any one of those events in a high-debt year can turn a marginally profitable season into a loss. Now the 5 things farmers can actually do. Because this video is not just a complaint, it is a plan. Thing 1. Stop routing every repair through the dealer. This is the single highest return action available to any farmer running current generation equipment right now. Build an independent mechanic network. Find 2 or 3 independent diesel shops in your region that have experience with your equipment platform. Establish the relationship before you need it. Know who answers the phone at 6 in the morning in October before 6 in the morning in October arrives. The labor rate difference between an independent shop and a John Deere authorized dealer is $60 to $90 per hour versus $150 to $185 per hour. On a fleet running multiple service events per season, that difference compounds into real money across every ownership cycle. The $99 million class action settlement that John Deere reached in April 2026 committed the company to expanding diagnostic access for farmers and independent shops by end of 2026. That implementation is rolling out. Use it the moment it applies to your equipment. Do not wait for the dealer to tell you it is available. Thing 2. Run the real 5-year ownership model before every equipment purchase. Not the monthly payment calculation. Not the spec sheet comparison, the real model. Purchase price minus projected resale value based on current auction data for that specific brand in your specific regional market. Annual debt service at your current lending rate. Annual maintenance cost based on actual parts pricing and realistic repair event frequency. Annual DEF and emissions system cost on Tier 4 final equipment. Annual subscription and diagnostic access cost on current generation platforms. Projected trade-in value in 5 years based on where that brand's market position is heading right now. Every one of those line items has a real number attached to it. The total tells you what the machine actually costs, not what the dealer quoted you in January. Most operators who run that model honestly discover the new machine costs significantly more per acre than the purchase price suggested, and significantly more than the older machine they were considering trading. Used late-model John Deere prices are up 12.5% in the first quarter of 2026, while new sales are down 8.8%. That is the market telling you something. Buyers are running the model is telling them, old iron is cheaper per acre than new iron in the current equipment pricing environment. Listen to that signal. Thing 3. Price every input across 3 tiers before you buy from one source. Original equipment manufacturer pricing, aftermarket pricing from established suppliers, salvage pricing from reputable salvage operations. Every part you buy without checking all 3 tiers is a part you potentially overpaid for. A filter, a hose, an alternator, a hydraulic seal. The same component carries 3 different prices depending on where you buy it. The OEM counter at the dealer is one option. It is not the only option. It is rarely the cheapest option. And the quality difference between established aftermarket suppliers and OEM on most standard wear items is not meaningful enough to justify the price differential on a routine maintenance budget. Build a parts sourcing protocol. Run it on every purchase above $100. Track what you save across a season. That number will change how you buy parts permanently. Thing 4. Audit your last 12 months of dealer invoices. Pull every invoice you paid to your equipment dealer in the last year. Run each one through a basic review. Shop supply charges billed as a percentage without itemization. Diagnostic time billed before any work was authorized. Flat rate labor billed over actual repair time. Parts markup above published list price. Warranty-eligible work billed as customer pay. These are documented patterns in dealer billing across multiple brands. They are not universal. Not every dealer runs every practice. But they are common enough that a systematic 12-month audit on a serious farm operation typically surfaces real money. The farmer who has never audited a dealer invoice does not know what he has been paying for. The farmer who audits once almost always audits every invoice after that. Thing 5. And this is the one the equipment industry spends serious money making sure you never figure out. Know your real cost per acre before you make any equipment decision. Not your gross revenue per acre. Your real net margin per acre after every input, every equipment cost, every land cost, every debt service payment. Most farmers know their yield. Most know their commodity price. Most can tell you their cash rent and their fertilizer cost. Far fewer can tell you their true net margin per acre after accounting for equipment depreciation, repair cost, DEF, and emissions system cost and subscription fees on a per-acre basis. That number, the real one, is the number that makes every equipment decision clear. A machine that costs $450,000 and depreciates $112,000 to $157,000 in 3 years needs to earn that depreciation back through yield improvement, input savings, or labor efficiency gains at the per-acre level before it is financially justified on your operation. Run that calculation on the last new machine you bought. Run it on the one you are considering buying now. The answer will tell you whether you are buying equipment or buying debt. Now, the honest picture going forward. The squeeze on American farm economics in 2026 is not going away next season. Input prices are not returning to 2015 levels. Equipment prices are not reversing. Land values in productive agricultural regions are not declining. The operators who survive the next decade are the ones who build a cost structure that does not depend on commodity prices staying favorable, equipment dealers staying honest, or input suppliers deciding to compete on price. They build independent mechanic relationships before they need them. They run the real 5-year ownership model before they sign anything. They source parts across 3 tiers before they pay one price. They audit invoices instead of filing them. They know their real cost per acre down to the dollar before they make any decision that affects that number. That is not a revolutionary strategy. It is what every farmer's grandfather did before the equipment got complicated and the dealers got corporate, and the software got locked. The tools are different in 2026. The discipline is the same. The farmer who builds that discipline right now, in 2026, while the squeeze is visible and the data is clear, is the farmer who still has a viable operation in 2036. The farmer who keeps buying new iron at $450,000, routing every repair through the dealer at $185 per hour, and paying subscription fees on equipment he bought outright, is funding someone else's margin with his own. Drop a comment below. What is the one cost on your operation that has grown faster than anything else in the last 5 years? Inputs, equipment, land, repairs, labor. That answer from operators in this comment section is the most honest data set available on what is actually happening in American agriculture right now. Not USDA projections, not equipment manufacturer earnings calls. What is hitting your operation hardest? Tell us. Thanks for watching Farm Gear Pro. If you found this breakdown valuable, share it with a fellow farmer and comment below your thoughts on this topic. See you in the next one.